Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
What's going on, everybody? Good evening, good evening. Welcome to ASAP Plus. This is your boy Freddie Henderson. I'll be your moderator for tonight. Got my brother Ray next to me. What's going on, Ray?
Oh man, ain't nothing. Ready to talk some basketball.
Hey, there you go. Then my dude Ainsworth. What's going on, bro?
I'm good, man. Let's talk some hoops, man. Let's go.
What's going on?
We talking
okay.
We talk about hoops. We got to talk about the OG, the Con man. What's going on, Con?
Hey, you already know I got my referee outfit ready in case there's a problem. You know, I got my referee shirt on. You know what I mean?
There you go. Well, you gonna need one because I'm coming to put everybody in their place today.
I don't think so.
Oh man, but well, let's do it. Hell with it. I'm gonna start the show off this way, because I'm coming for the smoke. Coming into the season, the Los Angeles Lakers had so much high expectations around the NBA community. They've already had LeBron James. You had Anthony Davis. So you already had those who already won a championship. After a disappointing season last year, they decided to trade for Russell Westbrook. The purpose for Russell Westbrook was to be a person to give LeBron, let him rest that time, let him rest his body so he can be fresh for the playoffs. Make it easier for Anthony Davis, where AD don't have to work as much. Then we bring in veterans like Carmelo Anthony, who's supposed to have a big impact. You bring in a Malik Monk. Everybody knows the roster right about now. But let's just say they are underperforming. They are struggling. They do not look like a team that has championship aspiration. Right now, their record is 21-21. So are the Lakers done? Or what does the Lakers have to do to get back into contention? Whoever want to go first can roll with it.
I'll jump
in.
Take
the floor.
Done. By done, we talking they're not going to make the playoffs. They're not going to make the play-in. Are they going? We know they're not winning the championship. They were the favorite, so that's super done. That's been done. That never should have been, even thought about when this team was constructed with a bunch of these AARP players and these shoot-happy, turnover-prone point guards. But the West is just down. There's been a lot of injuries. There's been a lot of people in and out for different health and safety reasons. So I think there's still an outside chance they can get to the play-in. And, anything can happen in, a one-game playoff scenario when you got LeBron James playing against, lesser talent. Granted, they haven't proven they can beat most of the lesser talent. They're losing to like Oklahoma City and Sacramento, and they're just getting their doors blown off in some of these situations. But I think overall, they can get to a play-in. If they don't get to a play-in, I don't ever want to hear somebody talk about the GOAT conversation ever again, because that's just utterly ridiculous. But at the same time, I think they'll get to the play-in, and I think they can win one or two games just like last year to get in the playoffs, and then they'll go out in the first round.
Okay, fellas, can I give you my take on this? As you all know, the Lakers picked up Russell Westbrook, and they had high expectations on Russell Westbrook, and he's the king of the turnovers. But if you ever look at Russell Westbrook's career, his first half stats are totally different than his second half stats. He plays better in the second half. check out with the Wizards of the Rockets. I truly believe when AD comes back, not against Freddie, but I truly believe the Lakers going to be someone to contend with, because once they get all their crew back together again, none comes back, Bradley gets in the flow, I think they're going to be something to deal with. And I wouldn't want to play them first round in the playoffs.
Here's the thing. So the Lakers went to the offseason to get Russell Westbrook. We all know when that happened, it was going to be a travesty. We know this guy, his whole career was a turnover guy. Doesn't shoot well from the floor. Not a great 3-point shooter. So we, even as Lakers, not even Lakers fans, we knew this guy wasn't going to give anything positive for the Lakers. And to your point, Michael, like, it is true that second halves he does play better throughout the season. But guess what? He's getting older. And what I've noticed, he can't finish anything. He can't finish around the rim. He can't jump as high as he used to. And you would think a guy who's in year 13 or 14 would have a bag and be better at shooting or just work on shooting. Clearly, he hasn't done anything, right? The only hope we have is AD, right? AD, we thought AD would come into the Lakers and he would be the number one guy after the championship. That hasn't happened. So hopefully we got to hope that AD comes back and plays better. But right now, they're not looking like they're not going to do anything at all.
Listen here.
Here we go.
Listen.
Be objective.
LeBron James, we've never seen nobody play the way LeBron James has been playing.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
Let's give this man.
We've never seen anybody play like LeBron, or just in this year. And
we have not seen nobody be on this top of their game in year 19.
Yeah, I agree. I 100%.
LeBron James is playing like he's 19 years old right now. I mean, this man out there is, you know what? I'm going to tell you, I have a big fear right now. I'm scared. As a Laker fan, I'm scared as hell. And I'm going to tell you why I'm scared. I remember, I believe it was 2013, Kobe had Steve Nash, Dwight Howard, all these guys, Powell. And they were struggling. They was floating around 500 all year. They were struggling. And he went on a run towards the end of the year, playing all these minutes to get his team into the playoffs. And what happened? He tore his Achilles.
Yep.
That's what I'm afraid of right now, because Russell Westbrook is not providing the help that he needs. When you scoring 8 to 9 points, shooting the ball horrible, that is not the help that this Laker team needs. At first, it was the turnovers, turning it over 6, 7, 8 times a game. And whoever say that's not a problem, you're smoking, you're bugging, because you can't expect to win basketball games when the person is shooting the ball horribly and they turning the ball over. You can't win basketball games like that. You just can't.
You have to value possession, man. Like, possessions are so valuable in the league, and you as a point guard, your role is to make sure you get the best shot and you create the offense. He has not done that the whole season. Right?
Well,
too many games.
I'm gonna tell you when I knew Russ was not a good fit. I'm gonna tell you when he made that comment in the media session talking about,
I can do this, I can do. Come on,
blah blah. Ridiculous. Kobe Bean Bryant is rolling in his grave. Tell me the last time you heard a Laker superstar have that mindset. You can't have. Could you imagine if LeBron came here the first year, so you know what? If I don't win a championship, it's okay. What the world, what the media, what everybody would have done to that man. Man, you can't say certain things like that in LA. This is not Oklahoma City, a team that is okay with just making the playoffs, making a deep run. This ain't them. This is the Lakers. It's championship or bust. That's what it is. And this team is, you know what? And I'm not going to lie. Early in the season, I was calling for Frank Vogel's job. I was calling for it. But we seen Frank Vogel go down in cold for about a week and a half, and they were still losing. So it really wasn't coaching. It was really about this fit of this team.
And you know, fellas, the window's closing real quickly. But let me tell you, as a former point guard, and you talk about Westbrook with turnovers, I'm going to ask you all a question, see how a little bit your knowledge. What do you think is the biggest cause of turnovers? With anybody?
I think
I
it's
believe.
Huh?
I think poor decision making. You're just not having a feel for the game. And specifically,
Okay. I'm looking a little bit more specific, fellas. Come on, give me some.
I believe when it comes to Russ, you can see it in his head. He's not like Magic. He's not like LeBron, where he can paint the next play in his head. When he get the ball, he's thinking, he's going, then he start making mistakes. I think that's where it goes wrong when it comes to Russ.
I think it's passing it and stopping a dribble and jumping in midair and just passing the ball.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Hey, the key is when you leave your feet,
That's it. You're
your
trapped.
decision making becomes limited.
It's limited. Yep.
That's the key. When you leave your feet, and Russell, if you notice, he goes 100%, leave his feet, and then look for help. And that's the problem with most people. Go
he
ahead.
doesn't have a plan. So he's just going, and then he goes to elevate because he's athletic, or he just runs out of space, and then he gets stuck. Like I see LeBron jump past. There's people that can jump past, but you have to have a plan. You have to see it, and he
exactly
see it. There's no feel. When I watch teams like Golden State, like they can almost throw the ball without even looking to it, know where everyone's going to be.
Yeah.
Russ has no idea where anyone is, and that's why you get shots off the top of the backboard. You're getting layups that are air balls. You're getting turnovers. It's like, what are you doing?
I think
that's why I said he's not like Magic. He's not like CP3 or Bron, who in their mind, they already have the next play drawn up in their head. They're just ready to go execute it. Russ is like when he's going 90 miles per hour, hey, he's reckless. Hey, he does this, hey. But that's the thing. When he came to LA, I was all for it because I was like, okay, they had the conversation. They talked. Russ knew going in that he had to take the lesser role. He couldn't be the first option. He couldn't be the second option. When Anthony Davis playing, it looked like AD's being the third option, and I do blame that a lot on coaching because when we won the championship, we forced the ball in the post with AD. And I'm gonna tell you this: AD's not the most vocal dude person. No. He's not the most aggressive person. No. We know that. But guess what? You as the coach, your game plan needs to be okay, AD. When we start the game, we're gonna go to you in the post 3 or 4 times in a row. Then that's going to make it easier for Westbrook. It's going to make it easier for Bron to drive the lane because guess what? You have a big who can score the mid-range, go get in the post, and score from the outside. But the problem is this team, the lack of spacing. That's why they've been playing LeBron as the 5.
Exactly.
That's exactly good point, Freddie. Good point.
If you would have had Buddy Hield, you wouldn't have to worry about spacing because guess what? You have arguably the top 3 best 3-point shooter in the game.
No, I think another thing is he's just not accountable. There's too many press conferences I see, and he's talking about, I'm allowed to miss shots. I'm allowed to do this. Like, dude, you're allowed to miss shots, but not like 9 of 35. That's that you can't do that. You know what I mean? And the thing is, the Lakers are so stuck because his contract is so massive that how do you move a guy with $40 million on his contract? How much time can you move John Wall and Russ for the same trade? You know what I mean? Like, it's an issue, and this is something that we're gonna have to ride out for the rest of the year, and kind of just see what happens. Honestly,
man, I'm telling you, I go every night when I say my prayers. I just say, I some way, somehow, some team can look at Russ. You know what I wish? I wish the Kings and Vlade Divac would be so crazy and say, you know what? We need somebody. We need a box office. We need somebody. Yeah, we need somebody who's going to be hustle. Who's going to hustle? Who's going to? You know what? Russ will be a great single act. Like I guarantee you, we trade him to the Kings, he'll find a way to get this Kings team in the playoffs. Because
you know what?
Stop.
I really do believe
I don't hate it. That's a good take. That's a good take. Wow.
I think what we've seen is that the Russell Westbrook of old that could lift teams, that guy's gone. Like
you think so?
That guy's gone. He was
never there.
He's too inefficient. I mean, we've seen him do it. I don't want to take it away from what he has done. But this guy, one, he needs the ball in his hands. If I'm a young team, I don't want that guy on my team. He's going to stunt the growth of everyone. Any kind of you have in a young team right now, Russell Westbrook is stopping it. And the value that Russell Westbrook had has been depleted because we thought of this as great triple threat, this great guy that can do all these different things that was getting triple doubles and breaking records. His stock is tanked because they're seeing the performance. So even if I wanted to sell box office, I don't even know if fans would be super excited to go watch him play because he looks so bad. Like Melo is somebody that fans will come out and see and come out and support. I don't think people want to pay to go see Russell Westbrook play because he's looked awful. And
but if you're a team, if you're a franchise like Sacramento, Ray, who has been the bottom feeders for over the last 20 years, I mean, I'm pretty sure Vlade would be desperate. I mean, I'm not sure, you know. I mean, they do got Darren Fox, which I've heard a lot of teams have been calling about him as late as well. But I mean, I just
Halliburton, Bagley,
but even as bad as Sacramento is, they're only one game out of the play-in. And what Damian Lillard possibly done for the year, like they could catch Portland, so they could get to the play-in, and I think the team will get better. I could see them moving Fox, but not to bring in Russ. Like I think that's a downgrade. They're the same don't player, but Fox is better.
The money don't make sense. The money's not equal.
And let me ask y'all a question.
Too. I think he might be. He ain't Russ, but he's on a max deal, so he has a big contract.
Yeah. So let me ask y'all a question. You know, Rob Pelinka is the general manager for the Lakers.
Yes.
If Irvin Magic Johnson was still in office, do you guys think they would have still went out and get Russ? Even though I'm gonna say this because I do know LeBron AD is the reason why they wanted Russ because Rob Pelinka did have Buddy Hield. But do you think Magic would have said, "Hey, I think it would be a better way to go this way"? Do you guys still think they're gonna get Russ?
I say no. I don't think so. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Unless LeBron gave the okay, I don't think they would have. Magic is, first of all, as you know how, and when you're like a Magic, you kind of put so much accountability on the point guard because great as he was. And I think he knew what type of player Westbrook was. Just to give you a line Wednesday night, Westbrook, 37 minutes, 2 for 14 from the floor. He got 12 rebounds, 6 assists, and 8 points. 40 million? For real? Come on now, fellas.
No, I think you're right because LeBron James, he is the GM, he is the coach, he is the coaching staff, everything. He is the guy of the Lakers. But I do feel if Magic Johnson was still at the top of the realm of the Lakers, I don't think that trade would go through just because LeBron would ask Magic, "Hey, Magic, what do you think?" You know what I mean? As a point guard, Magic would be like, "Hey, I don't think this would be a good fit." Where Rob Pelinka, he's just a GM, doesn't really have any basketball pedigree. And I think that's why LeBron just, asked AD, said, "Hey, let's bring some talent in and hopefully they can work it out." But I think you're right. That wouldn't have happened if Magic was in office.
But I think LeBron's done this everywhere he's gone. Like he's dictated the terms of the roster, the team, the coaches. Like you do what you want. Or when Pat Riley stood up to him, he bounced. So if you're
true that. Yeah.
If you're Magic, like you can't afford LeBron to leave because now you built your entire team around him. So if you piss him off, like a lot of teams that LeBron has left, there's nothing left. So I don't think they really had much of a choice. I think you can talk to him and say, "Bron, look." I think anybody with a brain could tell you that Buddy Hield. I remember at one point Bradley Beal was rumored to want to, or they were talking to pursue him. DeRozan, based on what he's looked like this year, said he wanted to go there, and LeBron chose Russell Westbrook. So I don't think anybody really had a choice. I'm sure they didn't want to do it, but it's LeBron. He's made.
Okay. Ray, since you said that, I'm gonna go back with you with this question, and it's for everybody. So many people in the world consider LeBron the GOAT. Okay. A lot of people still don't do. They still have Michael Jordan at the top. With how bad the Lakers are playing, and because LeBron did sign off for Russ, does this take him out of the GOAT conversation?
No chance. No, not at all. Not at all.
He to me, he's not in it. Just too many finals losses. Too many finals losses for me. Great individual talent. Right now, he's hitting a bunch of longevity achievements because he's played for as long as he have at a high level, and I can't take that away from him. But no.
Oh man.
No. That's blasphemy, bro. You can't say that, brother.
What are you talking about?
No, that's blasphemy. You cannot. That's not in the conversation, bro. I get it if you're on MJ. That's cool. But like, if you're not gonna name Jordan, I mean LeBron number 1, number 2, number 3, that's disrespectful, bro.
Based on what? Is this a statistics conversation?
Based on a basketball player, LeBron is great at everything.
No, he's not. He can't shoot free throws, and he's not good at shooting 3-pointers.
Sorry, he's a 36 career average 3-point shooter. That's above average. That's average. That's okay. We'll take that.
So he's average. No. You said he's good or great at everything. That's not
good. But what makes him great is like he's good at everything. At passing, he's good at creating the offense. He's a point guard. He's Magic Johnson with a bit of like,
he's better than Magic.
Okay, so where's he ranked right now on your list? Top 5.
He's in my top 3. He's top 3.
Who's your 3?
Mike, Kobe, and LeBron.
Kobe, who? Rest in peace, Kobe. But I'm sorry. Oh no.
Oh, I got my referee shirt on. I'm ready to roll.
Oh no.
Please don't do that.
Oh,
don't Kobe.
Wow. Kobe Bryant. Oh my God.
Unacceptable. I don't want to do this.
How many MVPs does he have? I don't know. Someone tell me.
He's been robbed. He's been robbed.
1 or 2. We got 1 or 2.
I think he just has 1. He got robbed.
Steve Nash robbed him with another one.
He robbed Shaq too. So I'm not gonna give it up. You think LeBron ever scored 81?
That's not LeBron's game, though, man. LeBron's not a guy who's gonna score 50.
You can't say LeBron.
Oh man, that's a good topic. Good topic.
He's an all-time leader in scoring. So either he's a scorer, or he's not a scorer. Which one is it?
He's a scorer, sure.
Okay.
He's a scorer. He's in his 19th season right now, averaging almost 30 points per game. I think he's a scorer. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree. So don't tell me he can't go get 81 when I've seen him get 60.
But that's not his game, though, man. That's not his game. You know that.
I got a better question. I'm gonna start this on Con Man. I'm gonna twist it around a little bit.
All right, come on, Fred, hit me.
But I'm gonna twist it around a little bit, and we're about to go. So, Con.
Yes, sir.
Who is the best small forward of all time? Do LeBron got that on lock, or is it somebody else you're thinking of?
Small forward. Now, apparently, they're considering LeBron a point forward. So, is he in a different category? If we're gonna go old school, like I am, or you want to go new school?
He's a small forward.
He's a small forward.
Similar to Scottie Pippen, where he can run the point, but he's a point guard.
Okay, let me tell you something, fellas. Right, I'm old school. Right, let me kick it to y'all real quick. I am from the old school, and if you're gonna tell me forward, I'm gonna go by the prototypical forward, prototypical guard. Now I'm gonna hit you guys with some knowledge real quick. Magic Johnson, they consider a guard, 6'9" guard. On defense, who did he play?
Center, right?
Center. Yep.
No, the other team. What did he play? He played the opposing team's 2 or 3 guard. So me, I'm an Isaiah Thomas fan. To me, that is the prototypical guard. Point guard plays against the point guard. Shooting guard plays against the shooting guard. Small forward plays against it. That's how I roll. So when you talk about small forward, I think you have to consider, from the OG that I am, I'm going to go with a prototypical small forward. So in my eyes, if you're going to go prototypical small forward, I'm probably going to have to go. Let me tell you what I think. I'll tell you the most prolific small forward, Bernard King. But anyway, as far as all around, I'm gonna have to go with tough call. I'm I would probably put, again, prototypical now. I'm going prototypical. I'm going to probably have to go.
It's hard, eh?
It's hard, man. It's really hard. Yo, hey, Freddie, why you do this to me, man? It's my first show, man. I don't know.
There's a guy that used to play in
I'm
Boston.
probably gonna have to go Scottie Pippen.
Stop it.
I'm gonna have to go Scottie Pippen.
He's better than Larry Bird.
Larry Bird's not a small forward.
What's
Larry
Larry
Bird
Bird?
6'9". He wasn't a small forward.
He was small forward. He was.
A 6'9" small forward.
Yeah. You can go.
He was small forward.
I don't consider him a small. But okay.
You think Scottie Pippen's better than Larry Bird, Mr. Gordon?
No, of course not. Obviously not. No.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, I was
So, Con, educate them about a guy named Elgin Baylor. You know, we give LeBron and all these other guys his credit.
Okay, now we're talking up my alley. Okay, Elgin Baylor. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to reap the benefits of playing with the Lakers when they won the championship in 1972. Elgin Baylor. He correct. Elgin Baylor was about 6'5", small forward. Had about back in the day. Check this out. Back in the day, had about a 38, 40-inch vertical leap. He was known as a great penetrator. Matter of fact, he is one of the premier scorers, small forwards in NBA history. Elgin Baylor played with Gail Goodrich, Jerry West, Pat Riley, Wilt Chamberlain, Happy Heston. So I don't want to go into detail, guys, because I'll bore y'all to death. But anyway, Elgin Baylor is one of the greatest of all time. He was on the Mount Rushmore at first. Now he's been taken over. But as far as what Freddie says about Elgin Baylor, he's one of the most prolific scorers of all time. And matter of fact, he was one of the first, because you can remember, he played in the 60s. There were no leapers back then at all. At all. Elgin Baylor was the first leaper back in that time. So he came on and brought a whole new era, which then brought Connie Hawkins, which then brought Dr. J, which then brought David Thompson. I don't want to go into that's another show. But anyway, Elgin Baylor was one of the most prolific scorers of all time.
Agreed.
Thank you for asking that, Freddie.
Yes, sir. Yes, I just try to educate the young folks out there in the room.
I hear that.
A lot of people don't know who Elgin Baylor is, but I know especially when it comes to Laker history, I know all the Laker greats, Gail Goodrich and all them guys.
Yeah.
So, but let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving because we talk about the Lakers. We can go by the years and decades here. They might call ASAP mistake and we put you on the Hulu documentary. So I would definitely be checking that out. By the way. So the All-Star, the All-Star's coming up, I believe, what is it? Is it in February or when is the All-Star break?
I think it's February 14th, I think.
Mid-February.
Yeah.
So who should be the starting five this year? All right. Who should be the starting five this year? Should it, who should be the leaders? Let's start off with this. Who should be the leader for the West and who should be the leader for the East? Whoever want to go first can go.
Okay. So for the East, I got Trae Young. I got DeMar DeRozan.
No. Give me the leader. Like, you always have
the leader.
Yeah, we always had Team Bron. We had Team Steph.
Okay.
Team KD.
Okay. Well, KD.
KD for the East. Who for the West?
For the West, we're gonna probably go with. I think it's Steph Curry will probably come out from the West.
That's what should happen. Is that what you think? Is that what you think it should be?
Yeah, we're gonna go with that.
Okay. No, I'm in agreement. I think it's pretty. Actually, I'm going to change my thought because I was gonna say KD for sure.
Giannis.
I believe it should be DeMar DeRozan. What he's been able to do to get them, I know he won't win it because he won't have the votes, but I think it should be Steph and DeMar as the team captain. But he just got too much ground to make up. So it'll be Durant and probably LeBron. I think LeBron will catch him. LA's gonna put out the social media machine. He'll catch stuff. They're not that far apart. But I would like to see DeRozan and Curry be the captains.
So mine is LeBron, of course. I mean, it got to be LeBron. Look at the year the dude is having. Like the year that's having a
Look
better
at the
like.
year his team is having.
Yeah, but when we talk about all-star, we talking about individual, the star. We ain't talking about all-star team because that was the case the Lakers going to be there, okay?
He's
So
so
let's
great. They're getting demolished by
But Ray,
75
at the end of the day, he's playing just as great as when you're talking about a Kevin Durant.
Facts.
Nobody
Facts
want to
only.
say that.
Yeah, but
Facts
one's
only.
winning and one's losing.
That's not his fault. Cancer's point guard.
But like I said, so LeBron in the West and in the East, you gotta respect the champion. Giannis Antetokounmpo. We're respecting the champion. Nobody's talking about the Bucks. Ain't nobody giving them love. We need to give them their respect.
They just destroyed the Warriors. They're getting respect, but they're still the
Now,
fourth.
hey, come on. Who should be the leader of the West and the
And
East
Giannis
with
mismatched.
All-Star break this year?
Hey, this is very easy. Very easy. LeBron and Giannis. Very simple. LeBron and Giannis. Very simple. You said DeRozan. DeRozan is not a leader. DeRozan is not a follower, but he doesn't have the leadership qualities that LeBron has or Giannis has. I think that
MVP.
either Giannis or
All-Star.
huh?
This is just for the All-Star game. I don't care about leadership.
We're talking about picking the All-Star team.
No, hell no. Stop
Right.
it. Stop it, bro.
Right, see?
DeMar
See?
won't even be in the conversation.
Not even in the
No,
conversation.
absolutely not, fellas. Come on now.
And that's the problem. We're
That's
going
not
with the
the
same
problem.
also-rans when we're not acknowledging greatness. And what
So
DeMar
why didn't you say Zach
Who
LaVine?
said who's not acknowledging that? Who said that?
if he's not even in the conversation as the one.
He's
seed.
not. He's not in the conversation, bro.
That's disrespectful.
So, Ray,
Bro.
let me ask you a question. Why would you say Zach
Damn.
LaVine? He pretty much averaged the same points
It's
as
the same-
DeMar.
Exactly.
Same stats.
I believe
They're the same player.
DeMar's the difference. Levine's been there, and that team was. DeMar came
But,
in.
but
and
DeMar's
now
not the only addition that they made, though.
That
Vucevic
is a
and all those
huge
guys
addition.
too. Right. Yeah.
He's a huge addition. And for that to be quote unquote one of the worst offseason signings, he's proven that it's not. And he's balled out. And I feel
Do
like he's rewarded.
Are we gonna forget a guy who's in Brooklyn who's 7 feet tall, can average 40 in his sleep? Kevin Durant. Like, let's put respect on
I
his
know
name,
you them. I know
please.
you.
Kevin Durant he's a player, and
Yeah,
for me,
sure.
honestly, he's probably the MVP for me right now. I think he should be probably a leader for the All-Star team.
All right, so who should be the starting five? We'll go with Ray. You want to start us off?
Yeah, let me pull this up. I think we're probably going to, I would imagine we would have pretty similar starting fives. I think it's
I would hope so.
fairly straightforward.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'm gonna get you on this one. Go ahead.
So out west, I'm going Steph and Ja. I'm
Yep.
going LeBron,
Yep.
Jokic,
Yep.
and the votes actually seem like they have. I would. There's been so many people down. I would go Wiggins. I think Wiggins has had a great year. I can't go Paul George, AD, Draymond.
Oh, I got you there. Oh, here we. I'm glad I got my shirt on. I'm glad I got my shirt on, man.
Wiggins, brother.
Where's my whistle?
Oh,
Where's my whistle?
God.
Where's my whistle?
I'm going Wiggins.
My
I'm
God.
going Wiggins.
He's hooping though, but damn,
front court.
starting
Ray,
lineup?
man, come on now. It's
Buddy.
obvious.
Y'all gonna have y'all turn.
Wow.
And y'all can tell me what forward deserves it more than what Andrew Wiggins is doing.
Okay.
And then we can have that conversation. In the East, I'm going LaMelo Ball, and I'm going DeMar DeRozan. And backcourt, I'm going Durant, Giannis, and Embiid.
No point guard.
You don't need one. It's the All-Star game.
Brother.
Oh, my
man.
man. All right.
You know how the All-Star game, and they're going to
Hey,
end up.
Freddie, take control of this, Freddie. Take control of this, Freddie, man.
Hey, comment. Give us your top fives for both sides.
All right. Now, y'all, you got to keep it real. Now, I'm going to shock y'all a little bit. But you know something? You got to. Where's the game being played at?
Cleveland. Talk to him.
So the game's being played at Cleveland. Now, you all know, if you know NBA history or All-Star history, 90% of the time, they usually put someone on the All-Star team, the first team, that represents the city that they're playing in. So when I'm trying to tell you something, watch out that they don't put, well, of course, the first team is going to be chosen by the fans, but watch out for Mobley and Garland from the East, first of all, because they're representing the East.
Jared Allen, yeah. 100%.
Jared Allen as well. So you watch out for them. So but I'm going to give you, DeRozan definitely deserves it. Trae Young, great player, but I'm going to have to go. You got to throw some Chicago in there. It's got to be DeRozan, Durant, Giannis, and Embiid, and I'm going Durant. DeRozan, Durant, Giannis, Embiid, and Zach LaVine. That's my East. My West.
Chicago back.
Oh man,
can't do that. That's why I can't do that. That's why I couldn't do that. That's my
why not?
Nah.
Who?
Melo. I just told you.
Trae Young.
Trae Young. Ice Trae gang, man. Yeah.
Trae. Hey, Ice Trae's cool. Okay. Okay. Like you said, it's an All-Star game. It's an All-Star game, fellas.
You want LaMelo
All-Star game.
You saw the between the legs alley-oop.
He's a reserve. He's a reserve guy. Not
he's a reserve. I mean, he's nice. Hey, y'all gotta remember he didn't have a jump shot when he came out to the NBA. Now he's playing very well. Give him a lot of credit. Now for my West, of course you gotta go Steph, Ja, LeBron, Jokic, whoever his damn name is. I gotta go Donovan Mitchell for real.
D. Mitchell, he's hooping right now. He's hooping right now. Yeah.
D. Mitchell is classified as a guard. That's why I didn't put him in there. He's not classified as a front court player.
We're talking about the All-Star game.
I got my list.
You got to have 2 guards and 3 front court. Right?
They go by voting, my friend.
Hear me. Okay, hold on. So for my list for the East, I got Trae Young. Come on, 3rd in the league in assists. I'm not hearing that. He just dropped the 50 ball last week. I'm not hearing that, bro.
Okay.
DeMar DeRozan, Kevin Durant, Giannis, and then I got Joel Embiid because Joel Embiid is making this team stay afloat with Ben Simmons being gone. And then for my starting team in the West, I got Stephen Curry. I got Chris Paul. Can we not give Chris Paul some respect here? I'm not putting job with Chris Paul. I am not putting job with Chris Paul. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. Are you serious? I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that.
So you won't put Chris Paul over Devin Booker?
Yeah.
Well, Booker's been hurt for a while too, so you got to take that in consideration.
He's been out for a bit too, and I got the Joker and Rudy Gobert.
Hey,
15 and 15
off the bench.
Yeah,
15 and 15. 15 and 15.
You got Rudy Gobert in the starting lineup.
Yeah, 15 and 15. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, brother. 15 and 15. That's amazing stats.
This should be the lineup.
Anchors a defense.
Listen, this should be the lineup right here.
Play defense.
Listen, this is the lineup.
Here we go.
For the West,
Yeah,
we're going Stephen Curry, best point guard in the game today, hands down. For the 2, I got Luka Doncic.
Oh boy,
Luka, baby, at the shooting guard position. At the 3, I got Bron. Y'all should have already known that. Number 4, I know he's been hurt, but there's no better 4 in the West than Anthony Davis. Let's get that.
How you gonna put Anthony?
Oh no!
Impossible, brother.
Impossible. How?
Freddie.
Carl Anthony Towns has been a better power forward than Anthony Davis.
Who?
Agreed.
Carl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
Carl Anthony Towns is a center, not a power forward. Carry on. Try again. Carry on. Say it again, Ray.
He can play the 4 in an All-Star game.
No, not what he can, but what is he? He's a center.
Bro, AD barely played the season though, my guy.
But guess what? Look at them votes. Look where he's at on those on the ballot.
Sure.
Yeah, and
Sure.
Yao Ming used to destroy the votes. Was he the best player? No.
Anthony Davis is the best 4 in the West, hands down. There's no other 4 in the West, and Ray tried to think thought of it, but he tried to slick old Karl Anthony Towns in
That's
there,
crazy.
knowing he ain't no 4. Try again, Ray. You know I'm right. I'm number 5. The best big man in the West is the Joker. You talking about a guy who can bring the ball down the court, who can initiate the offense, who can score in the post, mid-range, shoot the 3, does it all. He can barely jump over a phone book though, but he's still a great player.
He give you
Other
40.
than the East,
Freddie, what position do you consider Draymond Green?
a power forward.
So you think Anthony Davis has played better this year than
Yeah.
Draymond
Yes.
Green?
His little time playing, AD played better than Draymond Green. Ray, stop your bugging. You're trolling right now, my brother. It's showing big time, my brother. You're reaching, my brother. So calm down. Please. You're reaching. In the East, I'm my point guard. I'm going giving the beard his respect. Then James Harden.
Oh my
This
god.
man his respect.
Wow.
Give this man his roses.
Wow.
James Harden.
Wow, that's a stretch.
Numbers
Wow.
at the 2 guard. At the 2 guard. You know who I'm going?
DeMar.
He can play both. Down there. I had to think about this one. I'm going Zach LaVine. Hey, Chi-Town, stand up. Going Zach LaVine. You want to put DeMar DeRozan in your starting lineup, Ray? You got to put Zach LaVine in there. Look at the numbers. They're very similar.
They're the same
very
numbers.
similar.
They're the same
Yeah.
numbers.
Yeah.
The impact is different. We
At
already
the 3
discussed
guard.
this.
At the 3 guard, I'm going with a bad man. You talk about Braun, but you talking about a man that's right there on them heels. He's a sniper. He's a snake. And
Oh,
Kevin Durant, 7 feet tall, who can get a shot to go down anywhere on the
Whenever.
court. It don't matter when he won't, however he won't. It looked like he got better after the Achilles injury, by the way. Let's carry on.
Okay.
And
I roll with that.
in my 4 guard, I'm going Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yep.
Can
Good,
we give
good,
respect? A big who can bring the ball down the court, Euro step, dunk it on you, a modern day Shaq that's in shape, just doing it all. You got to give it to Giannis. And number 5, everybody had some controversy still going on with that team down there in Philly. Have
Mm-hmm.
y'all seen Joel Embiid is late? Joel
Mm-hmm.
Embiid is showing, okay, y'all can give the best big man title to the Joker, but you going to remember who I am.
He don't play. I
You
agree.
gonna remember who I am. Hey, I think my top 5 for both sides was better than anybody's tonight.
I have to agree. I have to agree with you, Freddie. I hate to, but I have to agree with you. I think it's pretty good. I have to agree with you.
And Zach LaVine in the backcourt? Okay.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
Mm.
Zach LaVine shooting guard. Am I
I
right?
have to roll with you, man.
Isn't Zach
I
LaVine
can't argue
shooting
that.
guard?
Melo.
He's a shooting guard. Yeah.
Okay. So you think Melo's having a better year than Zach LaVine, Ray?
No,
Impossible.
but I'm not putting 2 Bulls in the backcourt either.
Agreed.
Did I say 2 Bulls? I said Harden, he's a
But
net.
I have
And I
DeRozan.
said DeRozan, he's a bull. So where's 2
I have
Bulls?
DeRozan. So if I
Bro,
have
Trey
DeRozan,
was playing better than James Harden, bro.
Trey's not better than James Harden.
Yeah, he is.
No,
right
no,
now.
no,
Yes, he is. The numbers
Not
are there.
yet,
The
not
numbers
yet.
are there.
No.
The numbers are there, bro.
Hey, check it out. Look what James Harden has done. He has completely changed his game to fit the Brooklyn Nets. He can still go out there and get 35 a game. Who do you know that as a prolific scorer can go and distribute and still score like Harden does?
Who's
That's
second in the league in
that's the
scoring?
problem with Trae
Second in the
Young.
league in scoring.
That's
Trae
the
Young,
problem with
third
Trae
in the
Young.
league
He don't
in
make his
assists.
teammates better. He
Yeah.
does not make his teammates
Last
better.
year.
This
Yeah,
year,
we're
I'm
not talking about last year.
But I'm saying okay, but his team is obviously not performing like 12th in the East.
Right.
But
And
like,
he's the man. He's the main guy. He's
well,
getting
I
beat.
wish Trae Young had James Harden and Kevin Durant on his team. I wish it was that easy. Like
He got
that would help.
what's
That
your
would help.
point?
there's talent there. Let's not act like Atlanta don't have no talent, but they getting rid of it all.
What? John Collins? What? Kevin Herter? What? Capella?
Hey, they
Is
just
that
got
Kevin
rid of
Durant?
Reddish. They just got rid of Reddish, right?
Oh, come on. They did.
All right, gentlemen, let's move it on to
That was a
let's
terrible.
move it on to the next topic.
Man, Ray trying to
Last
fight me
topic
tonight, man.
tonight.
Ray trying to fight me, man. Try to find
Will we see John Wall or Ben Simmons at all this season?
Oh, this is good. Okay.
I think
We'll
we should. Daryl Morey is just an idiot to me. Like, I don't know what his long-term game plan is. This is the best health that we've seen out of Embiid, and he's wasting it. Like, they're in the 4 seed position, even with all this drama. And now you start making jokes about, I want to package Harris and Simmons. Like, he's clearly not motivated. Rich Paul flew all the way out to Philly, and there was no movement. So unless Ben Simmons gets a change of heart, I think Morey is content to throw this year away because they're not winning anything without Ben Simmons or without something comparable. And John Wall has one of those deals that unless you're going to trade him again for Russ, which I don't think Houston would do, they got some young talent there. And I told you don't want Russell Westbrook around your young talent. I think he's really limited on where he can go, but I hope he plays because I really want to see him play. Maybe Portland would entertain it, but now Lillard's hurt. So I think it's just difficult to move Wall because of his deal, but I hope he gets moved, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, Ray, I think you hit it on the coffin there, man. Ben Simmons got to be on the move now, man. The damage is done. The damage is done. Obviously, he came into the season on some BS, showing up to training camp with jogging pants, having a phone in his pocket, not interested to be there, obviously. And Daryl Morey, he has to find. He may not get the offers that he would want for Ben Simmons, but this is a guy who is not going to play for the Philadelphia Sixers ever again. It's too damaged. John Wall, I do think he's still a pretty good point guard in the league. I don't think he's going to be playing. I think the Rockets have a different agenda with Jalen Green and all those guys. So he may be on a different team, I think, in this offseason. But it's tough to see who's going to play first this season. But I hope Ben Simmons gets traded by the trade deadline because it's just wasting Joel talent. He's been hooping out of his mind. Just watching him day in, day out with Thibault and Seth Curry and those boys grinding it out game by game, it's remarkable. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, my take is, fellas, Daryl Morey's a jerk, and the owner of the Houston Rockets, he's a jerk as well. You got Ben Simmons, who you're still paying, by the way, $35 million a year to sit out or whatever his mental retardation problem he got going on. You're paying John Wall $40 million to not play. So their hands are tied in both areas. I think that's a shame for both teams. They're in a situation where they're going to be hard to get out. Ben Simmons' stock is slowly diminishing because he's not playing. And by him playing, they wanted to put him out there to see if he can get some value. Right now, he's not getting any value. He's kind of retarded, but he's still getting – think about it. He's getting paid all this money for playing like he's an idiot, which he already is. John Wall sitting back in all that gold and silver on the sidelines getting $40 million a year. Talk about that. So you tell me who's smart and who's stupid.
Who's better, though?
I just don't understand. If you can put Eric Gordon in your lineup, you can put John Wall in your lineup. I don't understand the Wall thing. I don't know where that comes from. I think he can be a great mentor to
Jalen Green
and some of the youth there. I think he can definitely teach them a lot of things. I think they even have somewhat of a similar skill set. I know they had the big blow up in the fight on the bench, and they brought them back after that and let them play. So I don't get it. I think there are options. I just don't know why either is. I guess Houston just likes paying people to not play. Whether it's
exactly, he's healthy. He's not hurt. He's not hurt.
Money and not play.
Okay, as we know, Ben Simmons is an idiot, right? But he can still play basketball, guys. Can we agree with that? Like he can still
100%.
He can still defend really well. He can still pass really well, right?
He's an
100%. But he needs to go on a team and just a team with low expectations, like a Sacramento Kings or whatever that may be, and figure out something. I see it like kind of like Markelle Fultz a little bit. He needs to go to an organization where he can kind of find himself, because I think from that series last year, he just lost himself and lost his game, and he said, "Hey, I'm not coming back ever again." So I think he's still a talented player. He just needs to find the right place.
Well, before we end the show, just want to give us some good updates about the Lakers. There is great optimism that Anthony Davis can return to the lineup by the end of this month.
My God. Wow. Okay.
I'm
That's
happy.
good news. Yeah.
So
They
ready?
got a big game tomorrow
Yeah.
night. They play at Denver. They play at Denver tomorrow night.
Are we getting smoked by 20 for sure?
And Frank Vogel better not start his lineup, that small ball lineup going against Joker.
Jokic.
He better not.
he
Bro, if
can't
he
do
do that,
He's
he do
getting
that, I'm
killed.
not watching. I'm thinking
If
about
he
doing a
starts LeBron
play-by-play.
at center versus Denver, that'll be his last game coaching.
I'm thinking about doing a play-by-play tomorrow night on it. But if it comes out to that, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it, and I'm going to bed.
Just for the record, Devin Booker had 35 tonight. Chris Paul had 12. So,
Bro, it's about the numbers, brother. It ain't
now
about the
it's not
numbers.
numbers. Is it?
Just know who
Not
made
the
Devin Booker who he is. Chris
Well,
They
Paul is
play
a
against
mentor.
Indiana, though. Indiana sucks. Indiana's terrible.
And Chris Paul only had 12 points, so you're making my point.
Chris Paul
Booker
did not
was
make
also
Devin
Chris Paul.
Booker. Let's not do that, sir.
This guy hating on Chris Paul, man. That's crazy. That's
Hey,
crazy.
Chris
I
Paul
just
was-
hate that they call him I just hate that they call him the point guard, but he
is.
chokes in the big games.
Agreed. Yeah.
He's had
Hey, John, man.
some big shots.
Your
Accent.
point, he gets hurt. You're right. He gets hurt, or he's had opportunity to win a couple of championships. He done got hurt. He got some bad luck.
Yeah,
he
he
was
had
up
Doc-
2-0
he had
in the
Doc Rivers
finals.
saddling him, holding him back.
People forget he was up 2-0 in the finals, and he just got smoked like 4 games straight.
Well,
Hey,
Giannis
Con, man.
had something to say about that. That was
Yeah.
quite the performance.
Yeah.
Hey,
And then
Con, how
Booker-
about you give us a history lesson before we get out of here? Give us a story.
All right, good. Now, since you all brought up Chris Paul, all right, now I'm glad you brought that up because you know something? Again, me being the OG that I am, and recently I did I interviewed Sam Jones, who just recently passed away. God bless his soul. From the Boston Celtics, he won 10 championships. Y'all probably don't know that, but I had a good talk with him for about an hour and 45 minutes, and he gave big props to Chris Paul and the NBA Players Association, who Chris Paul is the president, because a lot of the NBA players back in the day, they ended up being broke, homeless, didn't have health insurance, on and on and on and on. And people like Chris Paul made it a point to make sure the players who played back in the day had representation, make sure they had a place to stay, insurance, medical costs, and took care of them. And they now receive a pension that a lot of the old NBA players did not receive. So as my old lesson for today, we all owe a debt of gratitude to Chris Paul and LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. Those guys made it a point that they did not forget the people who paved the way for them to make the money that they're making. And even though I don't like Chris Paul sometimes because he always bitches about the refs and LeBron. But anyway, but what they've done off the court is so important for the people. I'm always dirt, so I can relate to that. And I just want to give a shout out to those guys, because without them, a lot of players would be homeless. You think, NBA ball players are all wealthy? Back in the day, they weren't. They had 2-3 jobs, man. So, and then my next story, I want to tell if the boss lets me, is about the Bill Russell story, about when he won a championship, came home, and his house was burnt on fire. So that's another story back in the day.
Wow. Wow, really, eh?
I got more than that, bro. Freddie will tell you.
Wow.
To
That's
that
the stuff I want to
point,
hear.
I didn't
Wow.
realize this
Okay.
because Chris Paul, I get from what I just looked it up, he's not the president anymore. I think he stepped down this year, and CJ
Right,
McCollum
okay.
is president.
It's
But
CJ
did
now.
you know
Yeah.
that- Did you know that Kyrie Irving is a vice president?
He's the
of the
vice
Players
president,
Association?
yeah. I did know that.
I did not know that.
He's annoying.
I guess he don't make a lot of meetings.
He's annoying, bro. He's so talented. He's annoying as hell.
Probably virtual meetings, you know. Can't be work going inside because I think the league office is in New York, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So that'd be interesting if he can go to those meetings as
He's
an
annoying.
employee.
He's a little prick.
We can have a Kyrie Irving conversation another
No,
day.
that would take hours, brother. That
I think
man
it's great.
gets me on my nerves.
Well,
gentlemen.
for you guys, real quick before we go, is Chris Paul a top 5 point guard for y'all
Today
All
or
time?
all time?
all time? Not today.
No
I'll
debate.
get to today.
No debate.
No,
No debate.
No debate.
he's not.
No debate. It's time to debate, bro.
He's not top 5.
He's top 5.
No.
Well, it sounds like we have a debate.
Magic number 1. You got Isaiah Thomas. You got
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You got Oscar Robinson. I mean, you got Steve Nash. I mean, you got a lot of
No.
them out there, bro.
I was waiting for Steve Nash. Absolutely not.
How many MVPs Chris Paul got?
You got Stockton. You got Stockton out
We're
there.
doing that? Really?
Hey, and you got Stockton. I didn't mention. I mean,
Oh man.
No.
There's this guy that plays in Golden State you ain't mentioned either.
No.
Mm.
Steve Nash.
So Angel, I'm just curious, who's your top 5 since it's not a debate?
Off rip, that's kind of hard. Magic. I want to put LeBron as a point guard, but I can't do
No,
that,
no,
right?
We're not done.
No, I can't do that.
He's a small forward.
LeBron's everything.
And
Yeah, he is. He is.
He's everything.
He is.
He
don't play a
Listen,
if he's
Next
everything,
week,
There is no position for LeBron.
making the topic next week, I got you. But Chris Paul is 100% in my list for sure. Yeah.
I think when you start doing your research, you'll come to a different conclusion. Freddie,
Okay.
I don't usually agree with you, but we're on the same page here.
Okay.
Hey Ray, that's what you got to do. See, listen, Ray. I'm gonna tell you, you did a good job just a minute ago. You didn't talk what I talk. You listened, you examined. See, if you do that more, you agree with me more.
The problem is I do examine, and then I hear the stuff you say, and I'm just like, Freddie facts. Freddie facts. I don't know what to do with some of these things this man says.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you guys for coming on. Ray, Ainsworth, Con Man. Hey, man, it was a great episode. We'll be back here next Friday to deliver another great episode here at the ASAP Plus Network. Check us all out. You know, hey, until next time, we are out.
We out.
Yeah.
Thank you, Freddie.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.